I'd like to call to order the April 15, 2008 meeting of the Louisville Planning and Zoning Commission and announce that we do have a quorum present. Item 2 on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the April 1, 2008 meeting. Do I have any comments, any corrections, or a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
A motion from Karen and a second from Bill. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Minutes of the April 1st meeting are approved. Item 3 on the agenda is regular hearing plats. Item 3A is the final plat of Louisville Town Crossing, a 54.6-acre tract designated light industrial, located on the southeast corner of Business State Highway 121 and Josie Lane, FM 423. David.
Good evening. As indicated, this is the final plat of Louisville Town Crossing, and there is a variance associated with the final plat. The variance is to allow public water lines under concrete pavement within the development. This particular development is within the Castle Hills property and in the city of Louisville extraterritorial jurisdiction. So it is subject to the 1996 Castle Hills ordinance. That ordinance requires that all public water lines be located either in a public right-of-way or, in the case of commercial developments, allows the water lines to be placed in easements on the private property. However, the easements are to be grass only, meaning literally grass or very minor landscaping, no significant landscaping and no pavement. As indicated earlier, the developer has applied for a variance to allow the water lines, public water lines, which will be dedicated to the freshwater district, to be placed under concrete in the parking lot rather than in grass-only easements. Staff is recommending approval of the variance, the plat and the variance. The plat meets all the requirements of the Castle Hills Development Ordinance, and staff is recommending approval of the variance because, number one, the water lines will be maintained by the Freshwater District for the foreseeable future. There are a couple of water lines that are going to be maintained by the city of Louisville. Those are within grass-only, or those are proposed within grass-only easements in accordance with our regulations. I guess this is a somewhat unique development in that it's a very large 50-plus acre development, and it's comprised of numerous lots. All the water out in that area that surrounds this property is City of Louisville water. Most of Castle Hills is served by the Freshwater District. However, this particular development is going to have City of Louisville water. However, there's 2 points where they're connecting to the city water. One is on Windhaven Parkway down toward the southeast corner, and the other connection is at the northwest corner near the intersection of Josie Lane and State Highway 121. And they're going to put large wholesale meters at those locations. As a matter of fact, I believe they're 12-inch meters, and those 2 service connections will supply the entire development. Because of the size and expense involved in those types of connections and those types of meters, it's not something that you want to provide for each and every lot. So this is a little bit unusual in that in a normal retail development like this, if it were inside the city of Louisville limits, each lot would have its own service connecting onto a city of Louisville water line, and they would have their own meters and everything, their own backflow prevention. But because it would be cost prohibitive in this case, because we have to keep track of the water being transferred between city of Louisville and the freshwater district, we're limiting this to 2 meter locations, which means that all the lots are going to be served internally from the freshwater district lines inside the development. With all that being said, staff is recommending the variance. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. I know the applicant's engineer is here this evening as well.
Thank you, David. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, David, is this going to be a 12-inch loop line in the 59 acres?
I believe the lines are generally 8 inches once you get inside the development.
Okay.
They reduce from 12 down to 8.
All right. That won't be so prone to leak.
Yeah.
Anyone else for David? Thank you. Do we have any questions for the applicant? Any conversation at all? I guess not. Okay. I then will entertain a motion on this.
Would you like to open the public hearing?
I could. Do I have to on a regular hearing? I don't believe so.
Well, good.
No? Okay.
Make a motion to approve item 3A as presented.
We have a motion from Karen
Second.
on 3A and a second from James. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 4 is other business. Staff? Mary? David? Anything? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Motion from Karen and a second from Jim. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Love it.